Hello, 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 and welcome back to the continuing adventures of Mewtwo as he treks through the dungeon. Where last we left off, I had touched down on D27 and was ready to make my run for the finish, or at the very least to enter Zot, or at the very, very least to die for the first time this run with my cat who has multiple lives, and has not made use of any of them. Apparently I've been buffing ice magic, which is reasonable, to get Ice Storm into a castable state. I know I started wearing the Ring of Ice and the Ring of Protect Fire to mitigate the loss as a result. When facing an Orb of Fire, I will probably have to make the tough call between Ice Storming or protecting myself, and I don't know which way I'll go. And I'll obviously have to put on Resist Mutation. So basically, Orbs of Fire are going to end this run for me more likely than anything else at this point. But whatever, we'll burn that bridge when we cross it. I mean, cross that bridge when we burn it. No, wait, that's even worse. We'll bogey that hole when we no. We'll cross that bridge when we burn it. No, I said that one already. I guess we'll burn that bridge when we cross it. Yes, that one. No, wait. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Seriously? That's so lame. Come on, step into my ice, you morons. That way I can ice you even more. Alright, that was sufficiently devastating. And many of them are down. Butcher, nom noms, butcher, and by butcher of course I mean res. I'm not actually butchering anything. Hey, wouldn't you know it? My my traps and doors training has shown me another Zot trap that I wouldn't have stepped on anyway. Oh, how am I doing for Controlled Blink? Right, Controlled Blink was maximized last run just to give me that extra edge I might need for the entirety of Zot, including the actual final floor of Zot, wherein it's the only method of even semi-controlled blink that you can use. Now the reason I was so quick to blast them is because I knew that I was going to be grabbing more meat off of them anyway. Blah blah blah, ignore, 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 icicle, 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 icicle. You're a dragon. You are meritorious of a ice storm without further thought. Drop once, drop twice. Drop them all. Again, an ice storm is fine, preemptively. Now what? No food needed. Excellent. Butcher that corpse. And by butcher, of course, I mean res. Ice everything. Let's back off. There's no need to be overly aggressive here. Hey, guys, will you do me a favor and kill that thing? You're not killing the thing, are you? No, you're not. Oh, fuck. That guy's there. Running, 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 running. Conjure Flame with an ice with a zone of ice, and then we'll just icicle a couple times. My dodge is good enough that I can obviously face tank. Repel missiles so that that shit doesn't happen twice. Continue to ice. Boom, kill. Res the dead, res the dead. Anything else to res? No, okay. Drop all of the chunks that you're carrying, and you can ignore the rest of everything. Res the dead. Trade for good chunks. You can ignore the rest. Ice Storm, that was a fail. That was a success. Icicle, icicle, icicle. Heal up. Thought I saw something shooting me, so repel missiles. Icicle. If it seems like I'm on autopilot, it's because I am. My kit is strong enough to really just face roll this at this point. Damn, this is going to take straight up Orbs of Destruction to really get through. And unfortunately that means all my skeletons are likely to die unless I, get really creative. Let's go all the way around. He's slow and with swiftness. Maybe I'll get an exposed shot at his backside. Orb of Destruction, Orb of Destruction. Just crowd him. And I'll just do one of these. Icicles for the finish. That's not going to finish him fast enough. Orb of Destruction is fine. Icicle, 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 orb. Icicle. Repel missiles is a must, and we'll start backing off again. 5 mana is a good reason to back off under the best of circumstances. Oh, shit! Wasn't paying attention, got mutated. Nope, don't want to die. Back off, please. Don't want to die, I said. God damn it. Control blink is going to be helpful, so initiate control teleports, which should be a J, and then start blinking in the direction I desire. That was the opposite of the direction I put in, but okay. Alright. That's a good hiding spot. Teleport me out of this shit, or not? Yeah, I think I have the time to pull this off, actually. Please evoke the teleportation. I did not have the time to pull it off. Scroll teleport right now. When in melee with the dragon, my best bet is going to be to blink to safety. Because I had the controlled blink. Break line of sight for as long as possible. Perfect. Minor deviation. Get me to the stairs and get me out of there. It was a very big tactical blunder on my part to think that I could, I didn't take off the ring. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, to think that I could just evoke the ring and that I had the extra turns when I obviously didn't. And removed my fire resistance at the same time, which, damn near got me killed. Alright, well, it didn't get me killed, and even if it had got me killed, I would have only died once. Oh, that's a cacodemon. Let's put on the amulet of resist mutation and then get the fuck bot out of here. Blah, blah, blah. Attack mode, blah. Should be enough of a wait. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a good reason to Ice Storm. Lich is down. Let's go upstairs and wait this out. There's a waiting period involved. What we got here? Nothing of note. Icicle, back off. Icicle, corpse res any second now. Icicles will hurt the fire giant very quickly. Ah, for the love of God, of course you're gonna nauseate me on the first bite, piece of shit. Hey, Raven, come this way. Harpy, you can come too. Anybody else? Repel missiles just in case. Kill the Tengu. Kill the Raven. Anybody else? Holy shit! Never had a better reason to Ice Storm. Just control the door, because that is a fucking phoenix. I didn't even know those things could spawn in the main dungeon, like, at all. This is the first time I've ever seen a phoenix spawn. Outside of Zot. And not just any, or not Zot, sorry, Pandemonium. And not just any Pandemonium, but Holy Pan. Okay, how low is its health? Full. My mana, however, is also full, so let's take our best shot. That's one. That's an icicle. Let's get in there and butcher it before it reses. Excellent. And with it resed, because if you don't butcher a phoenix, it comes back to life. As phoenixes, are wont to do in fiction. There was 2 of them, right? So we're not in the clear yet. But we do have an opportunity to try and eat some meat. There we go. Restored. Holy cow! I did not know that Phoenixes could spawn in the main dungeon. What's more is there was totally a halo, and so far I've seen no corpses that would justify that halo. So, the fuck is going on here? And I can totally res the rotting corpses, which is fine by me. Okay, next. There it is. There's the other phoenix, and I guess the phoenixes themselves emit halos, which is news to me. Not that, in fairness, I probably just forgot it, because in Holy Pan there are so many halo causers that are more significant. You know what? I'm getting a little bit more cavalier with whipping these ice storms around. Also, our fail has gone from 20s to 14%, so clearly focusing it down has had the desired result. At this point it's tied with Conjuration, so better to bolster my Conjurations and spellcasting overall, if anything. And hell, just keep working on dodging, since we're at the point of leveling up 20 skills. Might as well level up the good one. The only defense I have, that things don't actually tend to hit me as often. Ah, you serious? How many of you assholes are there? That was a shapeshifter, and you cannot cut it into pieces. You can, however, cut up dragons. Let's go with Ice Storm and assume that he just blinked to somewhere nearby. Yep, accepts your kill. That's the kill. Seriously? You guys are gonna have to stop throwing things at me. Or I'm gonna have to melee your ass. So, frailty of 10% lost to HP is actually a significant enough mutation for a low HP character like me that I'm seriously upset about it, but not a significant enough mutation that I think it necessarily justifies fixing immediately. Just imagine how much more upset I would have been if I had been gotten berserkeritis. What I should do is assess. I guess I also have all the positive mutations I would lose, so stop fighting. You're in a bottleneck and being lightning bolted at once. Alright, now go wail on things while I hide and get my health back. You are gonna stop polymorphing, you piece of shit. You're just gonna get eaten by a dragon. Repel. Icicle. Icicle. You can kill me in one shot. Let's just back off and regenerate health. Twice. Now you're down. And you will go and begin the work of replacing the armies that you got rid of. Okay. Just collected a bunch of gold, I assume. And that was not repel missiles. That was the wrong button. That's repel missiles. And now that my health is so low, let's just boom, boom the whole room. Boom, boom the boom, boom room. That was a miss. Or miscast. That was an ace. Everybody dies. Ace. Oh, final level. They're all good, really. Int is good. An extra point in strength could help me in case of mutations in the future. Dex. Let's go int. Just capstone spell. Might as well be the right one, right? And that has dropped nothing down to Hungerless that wasn't already there. Alright, well that's the full exploration. So, into the Zot. Melee range Orb of Destruction. Holy cow. Wasn't quite melee, but I'm still surprised that missed. Seriously, you're not gonna open the door? What are you, retarded? I guess I underestimate just how valuable stealth is. If he was that close to me and didn't notice. And there I was totally relying on the spike of ice, the icicle, doing the damage while I icicled him. Figured I could get away with it, and I did. You, follow me. Now that there's two of you, we'll just do that. If this thing gets berserked, I don't want to deal with it. Definitely a case of Ice Storm first, ask questions never. Better than Ice Storm better than casting conventional weapons first and then asking why you didn't Ice Storm later. Okay, we have made a lot of noise. Time to start stabilizing the area and recovering mana. Because I have no means of channeling at my disposal at all. Although I suppose I could technically use a crystal ball if I had one. Fuck! I didn't even think of that, but yeah, the Ghost Moth is obviously going to be the death of my character, isn't it? I need to get out of here. And I was perfectly okay with berserking in that situation since I had nothing else I could have done. You are definitely a case of exploding orb. You are a case of run the fuck away. Alright, I am back at full. Let's cause some damage. And again, you'll notice I'm making plenty of use of my stealth. If I go silent and stop shooting things, I had to blink there just to get away from the eyes, the gaze of draining. I just lost heal wounds and curing. That's going to be significant. And it's all because I'm wearing the wrong amulet. I should be wearing conservation until I know I need to resist mutation. Get me out of here now. My mana is so low that I'm like 1 or 2 shots away from being out. When you're out, you don't have defensives and escapes. Where is the way out? Oh fuck, I'm even going the wrong way to run. That's a problem. Give me a skeleton or two to act as body blockers, please. And we will try for east again, just to explore that area out. Perfect. Orb from here should hit. Icicle to spike it. Took a lot more shots than I wanted. Let's see if we can recover mana before I move out. Orbs, just straight up orbs. Nope. Didn't have enough. Out of mana. And the worst part is that thing probably, I believe it gets extra HP. Why aren't you attacking? I said attack. Oh, it can't see. The thing is invisible, right. Swiftness is going to be helpful here. Let's get out. Full recovery. Just because of how significant the threat this thing provides is, I was willing to ice storm it to death even under neutral conditions. Icicle. Okay, perfect. The fog works both ways, bro. You are not immune to fog blocking your vision. This may be a good reason to pick up poison resistance in favor of fire resistance going down. Because otherwise I have no easy way to stand in this hallway. Just as long as I remember to switch it off as soon as it stops being relevant. Also, what happens if I take off my ice and strength ring? I become overloaded? Yeah, that's a problem. We're gonna have to make sure that doesn't happen in a pinch. How do I bring up the weights? I think it was Control W. Perfect. Multiple meat rations do not need to be carried. Can drop at least one of those. Multiple meat rations can drop one of those. Drop half the vulnerability scrolls. Drop half the identify scrolls. Definitely drop the Book of the Warp. Magical power. Let's see, 50 more units. That's a lot of units. Amnesia can go. Remove curse can go. Ho ho ho, come on. There's gotta be so much stuff I don't need. I want to keep the curings and wounds just in case. Half of them shatter and I need to drink the other half in sequence. Ring of Int can go. Anytime I would use that, I would prefer to use Int and Strength and Ice. 42 units more to lose. Let's drop a pair of the meat rations. Let's take one of the heal wounds off the top. Let's take 3 of the restore abilities off. And an agility. That should really do it. Did I not drop them? Just keep dropping, bro. Okay. Then we'll keep the mites in case this actually does happen. We have an instant counter. And then we'll drop fuck it, another ration. Okay, now we're clean. And we should turn auto pickup off, actually. That way, anything I pick up is intentional, and I don't accidentally exceed my weight capacity. Oh shit! Speed and reflect, and then run. Okay, I need to blink away from now on, so we're gonna pick up control teleport, and then blink. Regeneration would be very helpful. Frying pan to fire. That. Oh shit! It ran out. The control teleport ran out. Taking my chances on running the wrong direction. Nearly worked. Control teleport again. Good. He blinked the wrong way. I blinked the right way. Nope. I got out. Got out, bitches. Woo! I don't think I have a source of resist electricity that I can use. Repel missiles, swiftness in orb and icicle. And another orb. How do you do an orb? K. And AC, like, for all the difference it'll make, and he's dead. Why would you go there when you know there's a cluster of dragons here? Just why? Go back to the cluster of dragons, fucking moron. There you go. No, don't self-ice storm. What are you, nuts? No! I'm lighting on fire. Let's ice storm first, then remove the ring of ice. That way I lose a point of fire vulnerability that I just clearly don't want right now. Repel missiles needs to be your best friend at all times. Not something that you turn on and off with any kind of regularity. Seriously, you're just ignoring icicles? What the hell is wrong with you? Alright, that was a bunch of meat to eat, actually. By my count, there is at least one red draconian fighting one of my skeletons down there. Yep. And we're just gonna back off, let it come, and then do one of these from like the maximum distance I can reach. You know, wherever I drop that ring of intelligence, I may actually change my mind and go back for it. 'Cause intelligence that does not come saddled with or an RF minus could just be worth the loss of the ice buff that I have. Let's go wizardry instead for the moment, just to see how that plays out. And I just blew up a potion, I don't even care. Okay, I could have blown up a potion, it didn't in fact blow, but I could have blown up a potion just there with that action. Do you have that ring that I left behind? Yeah, you do. Let's go ahead and take that ring. And is there... yeah, let's just eat one of the rations that I left on the floor. I may end up wishing I hadn't, but at this point I'm just starting to get nervous about how much I'm running on empty. Repel missiles needs to be on. You know what? Where did you hide? There, you're dead now. Good. Icicle, icicle. Icicle, icicle. I'll take gold wherever I find it, obviously. Not that it will make any difference at this point in the game. No, seriously, there's nothing worth buying that it's gonna cost more than the gold I have that I'm gonna run into from here on out. Alright, you know what? That orb failed. Let's just funnel my skeletons into you so that I can finish you off myself. There you go. Orb of Destruction does the trick. This is why I don't study traps and doors. There's no fucking point. This always happens anyway. Gah. Anyway, for those of you who haven't picked up on it, I just stumbled into a Zot trap and got trapped, sent to the abyss. Conservation, protection from fire, wizardry are all good choices here. Putting on our mute may be very necessary in sessions. Also, I wish I could take a look at the floor I left behind so I have an idea where I'm running to. Or rather, what I'm running myself back into. Weight-wise, I am kind of near capacity. Seriously, you're gonna miss at a time like this? I don't have flight. Didn't consider it important enough. Did I? No, I'm pretty sure I didn't consider it important enough, yeah. Control teleport and control blink are pretty useless in this place. I don't have any capacity to dig my way through problems. To be completely honest, I actually find being trapped next to the Inoxinals kind of a relief. Come on! Randomly attempting to blink just in case it gets me through. That was painful. You're not gonna hit me with Iron Shot twice, so I'm not even gonna bother worrying about that. I just spent 14 mana to dig my way through. It's 21 mana to dig my way into nothing. God damn it. That Bone Dragon, see, is gonna prove undefeatable by my current toolkit. This may actually end up being the point that I cut this video, just so you guys are aware, as it's getting pretty close to the half-hour mark that I was going to call it at anyway. And doing the Abyss will probably count for its own video. Perfect, just eat the ration and keep moving. So, like it or not, we've been forced into the Abyss, and we're going to have to deal with it. And I don't think I'm going to die here exactly. The time that you're able to engage Zot is probably a good time to be thinking about the Abyss anyway. But, unlike you saw how many times in just the last half hour, I was forced to back and retreat to the previous floor because a single enemy was threatening me. Well, imagine coming up against the Hellfire Spouter in the Abyss, and obviously you don't have the luxury of saying, oh, I'm just gonna go back upstairs and wait for it to unsummon or something. If that Bone Dragon had been a little bit more like an Executioner, I would have been in more trouble. Except I might be able to kill an Executioner, and I'm fairly confident that I cannot kill that guy. Swiftness needs to stay on as much as possible. The guy who can shatter your potions on accident needs to be gotten rid of. I don't mind keeping this entourage of relatively weak enemies nearby as long as they don't get in my way. The moment that starts to change, like now, when I'm going to have to turn around in 2 turns. Nope, got pulled into a different segment of the Abyss, and this is all just smoke. Okay, well, that's as good a time to quit as any. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.